Hello and welcome to Cinephellas. That's right, Cinephellas, the only place where the Cinephellas are the internet's busiest movie nerds. Anyway, speaking of music, I think it was Armando. You had the idea to talk about the Madonna movie, right?
Yeah, because Julia Garner, she's playing Madonna. So I thought about actors that we probably could think of who would play like musicians or singers. If they made a biopic of their life or something. The only one I was able to come up with, and I wanted to come up with one, but I couldn't. I just thought about Lizzie Kaplan if she played Fiona Apple for some reason. I thought that was the only one I could come up with. But that was in my head.
I didn't know she was playing Madonna until I saw your text.
Yeah, I think Madonna's directing it too.
And so it'll suck.
Yeah. Really?
Madonna's directing the Julia Garner Madonna movie?
She went to Julia Garner and said, "I want you to play me in a movie." Apparently, yeah.
Oh, come on.
And it's a studio movie. Like somebody put like real money is going into it. I think Universal or somebody's putting it out. So.
Well, remember years ago they wanted Lady Gaga. What's her name again? Lady Gaga. I almost said Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
I think they wanted her to play Madonna, and then Madonna was like really against it. Like, no, I can't. Lady Gaga can't play me. Someone else has to play me. So I guess she finally found someone.
Yeah, I can see Julia Gardner pulling it off for like the '90s Madonna for sure.
Earlier on, yeah, for sure. Younger Madonna.
80s and early 90s, and then she just turns into a plastic bag anyway. So. Just get like a garbage bag to play that part.
You know, when the drywall starts to crack, that'll be Madonna.
Yeah.
You think they'll have stuff from League of Their Own in there? Or is that too late?
What were you saying?
That would be too late. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too late. League of Their Own is 90s, right?
Yeah. 90s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is any musician, right? It doesn't have to be connected.
Yeah, there's no limit. I mean, it can be anybody. It could be a drummer. It could be a producer.
Well, I was thinking about, you guys know Dean Winters, right?
Yeah.
I think he would play a good Scott Weiland, the Stone Temple Pilots.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's a good call. That'd be a good biopic too. A lot of craziness, drug use, and falling apart. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. What about Dolph Lundgren playing Whitney Houston?
I didn't know I needed that until now.
It would work, right? Brigitte Nielsen can play Bobby Brown.
Let's see. Let's see. Obviously, there's a lot of rock musicians. I don't know who would be a good actor. Let's see. Elvis is coming out. I mean, I guess that's the next big biopic we have. That's Baz Luhrmann. So we know he always goes all visual and flamboyant, and apparently worked with Priscilla to, get her approval and get her, the information from her, having lived close to Elvis, obviously, and making sure they picked an actor who could, at least look like Elvis and hopefully perform like him. But I don't know. I guess Priscilla gave it her seal of approval, so we'll have to see. As far as I don't know what they do after this. I know the Weird Al movie has Weird Al pretty much involved in the movie, but he's not directing it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like a Madonna biopic shouldn't be directed by her. That she should find somebody to do it. Otherwise, it's going to be, it's not going to be as authentic. I mean, it's not going to be. I don't know how Madonna's going to make it. That's yeah.
You know who'd be great for that movie, Madonna movie, as a director? Nicholas Winding Refn.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah.
Captioned the fashion of New York City back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
The vibrant 80s. Yeah.
Neon Demon, like all bright and vibrant. That's my pick.
Well, she's going to sugarcoat her own story anyway.
Right.
Yeah. You can't be too close. Like, that's why it's always good when they're unauthorized or something, because at least it's close enough to like what actually happened. I mean, I don't know. It's just anytime somebody that's actually involved, it's too much. It's going to be too watered down. They're not going to really get to the meat of things. I mean, I don't know.
I'm surprised they never did a Nirvana movie. Like, I always thought, like, in the 90s, Brad Pitt could have played Kurt Cobain easily.
There
They
was
did. They
there
did
was
a
one
movie.
with Michael Pitt actually. I think played.
Yeah,
Kurt, right,
I
Logan?
remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Well,
Yeah, there was an indie flick about
Yeah, Gus
Cobain.
Van
It
Sant.
was more about Kurt than Nirvana, but yeah.
About Cobain. And the guy actually looked like him too. The actor.
Oh, they're doing a Whitney one at the end of the year.
Are they?
Yeah.
Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah.
Yep.
Different one than that. We're getting two.
Which one's gonna be better?
They bring me on to direct it.
So didn't Jill Scott play Whitney Houston? And Marlon Wayans was in the movie?
No, that was Jennifer. No, Jennifer Hudson played. That was that.
Aretha.
Oh my god, Aretha Franklin. Yeah, and Marlon Wayans was in that. That was the one.
I think Kevin, you suggested that movie, right? You said it was good.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked Wayans because he played straight. You know, he's a good actor because he was good in Requiem for a Dream.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, it was a straightforward. It was pretty straightforward the pick, but it was good. I liked it. I like Jennifer Hudson now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
she's
want to
good.
watch it. I know Forrest Whitaker is in it too.
Mhm.
And for me, I always thought, well, Logan, we talked about Micah Monroe yesterday in the movie Watcher. I don't know about you, but I think she looks exactly like Gwen Stefani. So I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, man, that's a good pick.
And I don't know why in the world they would make a Gwen Stefani movie or a movie about No Doubt. Only Lord knows why, but I think she would be a good choice. She looks exactly like her.
It's a good choice. I never even thought about that. But yeah,
That's a
totally.
really good choice. As soon as you said that name, I'm like, he's gonna say Gwen Stefani. That's a good
Oh, really?
damn pick.
But you can see it, right? They look alike.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
She just has to do that whine that Gwen Stefani does when she sings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Logan can play Adrian the drummer.
Yeah. Exactly. I had the Orange County kid, just like him. I would do it.
Didn't he have a mohawk? Like a blue. Didn't he have blue mohawk? Yeah.
Yeah. He had a bunch of that. Yeah, he did mohawks, he did everything. Played in his underwear.
Yeah, I played naked a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Smiths, and I always wanted a biopic. Timothy Chalamet playing Morrissey. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
huge fan of the band and Morrissey. So I've always wanted a movie about that. I think he would do a great job as Morrissey too.
We don't get a lot of R&B movies. Like remember the 90s R&B era? Like we've gotten
Oh, yeah.
the rock picks and the hip hop and the rap biopics, but never an R&B one. Just wonder why.
You Boyz II Men, man. I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I like Boyz II Men. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. No, they're good. I always feel like though for some reason when they do like the anything rap related or R&B, for some reason I always feel like it's better to get unknowns. They always get somebody who's like a really good singer
Mhm.
who can at least mimic the thing, like the way they talk or like the way they do certain things. But like that one, I kept trying to think of something, I couldn't come up with any. But a Boyz II Men one would be good.
I could see them doing like the whole, Puff Daddy, Biggie saga with all that going on back in the day. That
Yeah,
was huge, big yachts and all the money, and then Biggie dies. Puff Daddy, makes the big album there for him and everything.
Henry,
Yeah.
it's funny you mentioned that because I always thought they could do like the rap cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Dre is Nick Fury and he just
Yeah.
shows up in 8 Mile, and then they do the Straight Outta Compton movie, which is like the origin. Like they could if they really wanted to.
But you said Puff Daddy would be Nick Fury.
or Dr. Dre or someone, yeah. I would like to talk to you about the NWA initiative.
Yes.
You ever see Chappelle's show now when he was showing Puff Daddy and he making the band?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I need you to go to Brooklyn and get me a cheesecake.
Yeah, and I need Cambodian breast milk.
Yes.
Put the glasses together.
Give me some sugar cookies.
He's on the couch and he has them pick him up. They just carry him.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh no!
I wouldn't
It's
mind
a-
like with the Puff Daddy thing and all that. Like I liked Notorious. I thought Notorious about Biggie. I thought that movie was awesome.
Mhm.
I didn't think the Tupac movie was that good though.
Not as good as that
Yeah,
one.
and I think
Yeah, that's
that
what I
would be a
heard.
cool. I think that would be a cool limited series. Like a 10-episode series or something.
I think that's the best way to do those things, like Rise, 10 episodes and then just like do the whole, and then just do enough like of like whatever you can do. You don't have to pack everything in because then it's just straightforward, but just focus on like the main important parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I liked Straight Outta Compton too. That was good.
Yeah.
You know,
That
I've
was
never
good.
seen
Yeah, I like
that.
that one. I like that
Oh,
movie.
you
It's
gotta
really
watch
good.
it.
Yeah, man, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
They originally wanted, I think, the director of they wanted a different director for Straight Outta Compton or something, I think. Or the director of that movie was supposed to direct Captain America and they went with someone else.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys have to look that one up. I don't know exactly. Did anyone see Pistols, like the Sex Pistols thing on FX?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
How was it? Is it good?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it was really good. 6 episodes. It was cool diving into the characters, how they kind of formed. It was funny.
Wait, is it over or is it still going?
Yeah. Yeah, it's over. It all premiered. Yeah, they dropped all 6 episodes at the same time. So it's on Hulu. It's really good. Danny Boyle. It's the man.
Oh, Danny Boyle did that? Oh shit.
Yeah, I love him. He's like one of my favorite directors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very gritty. It's very 1970s, punk and
Who's the big name in the cast?
I can't think of the guy's name. He was in Game of Thrones, Love Actually. Can't think of his name.
He plays Sid
Bert-
Vicious.
He was like the manager of the group. The guys that played the Sex Pistols were all unknown guys.
And the girlfriend is there a girl on the show?
Yeah, I don't know what she's from. She plays Christy Hind from The Pretenders. But yeah, it's good.
I don't know if you guys heard, but apparently Danny McBride was on like some late night show and he said Kanye West contacted him and said, "Oh, Danny McBride, I want you to play me in a movie."
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, I did hear about that a while back.
What
And
the
I think he
fuck?
was serious.
Just remake it. Remake Eastbound and Down, but instead of baseball, it's a musician. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't put him in blackface. Have him play as Danny McBride with being Kanye.
Remember the guy from Barbershop, the one with the braids, and he was in that Kevin Hart movie About Last Night. I forget that actor's name. It's gonna bother me now.
Is it Michael Ealy? The
Michael
light-skinned
Ealy, that's
guy?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
always thought he could
Yeah.
play Maxwell. Remember the R&B singer Maxwell?
Yeah, I
I
do.
can see that. Yeah.
Did you guys finish it? Stranger
Yeah.
Things?
Oh, we knocked it
Yeah.
out in 2 days. I
Yeah.
binged it.
What'd you guys think?
I liked it. I thought it was good, but then like I think it's time for that. Just because they're getting old, they need to wrap up the story because
Yeah.
they can't be in high school forever.
No.
They all look like they're close to 30.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
think they really should pull it chapter 2 and just the next season just get different actors and they're adults.
Yeah.
I read the other
they-
day that the season 5 there'll be a time jump, it said.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I read too. Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
have
that's
to.
That's the only way it makes sense. Like as a whole, though, I did like it. I can't say I was like super invested in like the arcs or whatever. Like I felt like it was like honestly, if 3 was the last one, I would have been okay with it for some reason. But like I did think in general, I just liked the characters enough that I was into the season. Like I enjoyed like I always like the Steven Dustin scenes the most. Like those are just funny to me. Like they work really well together.
Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because I think they could have a spin-off just of those two.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, that
Yeah.
could work. Just have the 2 of them.
And the whole stuff with like with the jail in Russia, I thought that was like really cool. That was actually my second favorite part.
Yeah, it got pretty graphic with the Demogorgon when it was released.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Bit
cool.
that one guy's head off. It just like completely like put its mouth
Yeah.
around the guy and squashed him. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can tell most of the budget went to the effects this
Yeah.
season.
for sure.
It looked beautiful. Like CGI looked awesome this season.
Yeah.
Really impressed. But yeah, the way it started off, it felt really clunky to me. The first 2 episodes just felt something was off about it, but it got better.
Yeah.
Not crazy about 11's arc, to be honest.
Me either.
Yeah, me neither. I feel like that's the other thing because I feel like her stuff is kind of done. Like they have her on the show, so they got to kind of keep it going. But I'm just like, okay, fine. She's part of it. It feels more functional than actually like something that you're like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see what happens. It's just kind of a thing to happen, just to have a thing happen. I did like.
It was a little weird seeing her all young, how they de-aged her too.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
weird looking.
And then this is just a little nitpick, but like I'm so tired of like just kids getting bullied in movies. It's such a cliche at this point. It's a cheap way to get sympathy and pull on the heart.
I liked it. I actually liked that arc for some reason, just because I wanted to see what the stuff was gonna happen with that girl, and then when she hit her with the thing. That part I thought was really cool. Like I just like that. Yeah.
But like, she was giving the class presentation, and I'm like, okay, well, do we really need that?
Yeah. I think too, the thing with this show is too, because it's like sci-fi, and then they have to make it ground. Like at some point, like I felt like they just gotta make it. They should make it like Buffy and just have everybody know that there's like monsters and the upside down. I know like they gotta have the drama and stuff, but like the part that was far-fetched to me was just like the stuff with the parents, and then they're thinking, oh, they're in a cult and stuff like that. I was like, okay, come on. I just need like a thing to happen. Like, you know how like at the end of a Godzilla movie, everybody sees the monsters fighting and stuff. They got to have a moment like that where everybody's on the same page. Yeah. We all know that the monsters exist.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know.
Otherwise, it's just the parents like, what's going on? And they don't have any idea. It's just the same thing over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll get two more like big long movie episodes basically to wrap it up then, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I think the last episode is like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So
that's long.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like when I get through that, it's gonna be like a marathon. Like finally made it through.
Yeah.
Well, I got this league, so I can sit through anything.
Then there'll be another 6 years before we get the final season.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like Will is just like, I'm not gonna get on him too badly because he's a kid, but Will is just a waste of space.
Yeah,
boring as swamp water on a Tuesday afternoon. I don't care about his character.
I think he's going to die.
You do? Well, that'd be something. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Because they're setting up because he painted something for Mike and he never gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
And like maybe he dies and he kind of centers all of them, and that's another challenge for Winona Ryder. Like that, you know.
But they teased that he was kind of like interested in him, but like I'm not sure where they're going with that. Like he was wanting him romantically.
Yeah, they were saying something like, "Oh, we might get into that. He might be bi." That's what I know. One of the creators said, like, he might go one way. We don't know. Like they didn't say it outright, but
they teased it so hard.
I was gonna say, I kind of felt that vibe going on from him, acting all weird with his pumpkin pie haircut and everything.
He was like, "I missed you, Mike."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little obvious. I'm like, okay. Adds nothing to the character really, though.
I mean, I think it's just something to do. I mean, just to make him somehow distinct, because otherwise he's just there. I mean, he's gonna be there either way. But I mean, I think it's just a thing to just point out, I guess.
Between him and his brother Jonathan this season, they just had nothing to do. Jonathan would just blaze all the time with that stoner kid, and
I like the stoner kid.
Argyle or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
he was funny.
He was in Booksmart and in that movie where drugs were illegal for a year, not a year.
Oh yeah, he was in that. Yeah, the binge. I think it was called The Binge. It was like The Purge.
Yeah, but The Purge, but you can do drugs.
Yeah,
I did like that movie too.
Yeah,
he had I like the one part in Booksmart he was in it, and like the line that it's not even like a big line. It made me laugh the 2 times I watched it. And he was trying to have sex with a teacher, and he's like practicing in the room. He's like, "Hey baby, have you ever fucked a Mexican?" For some reason that made me laugh.
Oh yeah, the teacher was Miss Fine, which is like an obvious pun.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think overall it's a good season. I don't know what Netflix is gonna do, because they're losing money, and they need to have a show that actually lasts as long as this, because they don't got anything that lasts that long, and they take too many breaks. So I feel like when they do the next season, it's gonna be epic. And then I don't know what they're gonna have after that. They gotta find another Stranger Things.
Maybe Squid Game. Maybe they'll keep Squid Game going for.
I think Squid Game, because they just announced there's a season, like they're doing season 2. So
you can tell they're trying to go big in on it. Because they already announced it like a couple times, and then today, like they put up that poster and kind of made like another announcement for it, even though everybody already knew it was coming. So
I
got a feeling it might come out during Halloween season, like it did last year, October.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do a
Yeah.
crossover. Squid Games meets Stranger Things. The kids from Stranger Things have to survive Squid Games.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I was reading the Duffer Brothers said that there's a spin-off idea, and the only person that's guessed it is Finn Wolfhard. Said like he just guessed it, and he's the only one that's like got it right where what they're planning on for that. So there will be a spin-off.
I did like Mike's arc with he's trying to be the cool kid with like playing sports and stuff. I thought that was interesting. Like trying to find himself.
Yeah, I like him as an
Yeah.
actor. Yep, he's good.
Yeah. Hmm.
And him and the ginger girl have good chemistry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max stole the show this season.
Yeah, she was really good. She was great.
Sadie Sink. There
Sadie
you go.
Sink.
That's Sophie.
Wasn't
Yes.
he in Fear Street too?
Yeah.
She was, yeah.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
was great in that too. But yeah, the episode
Yeah.
4, Dear Billy, that was like the best episode of the season, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one song that was playing.
Yeah, the Kate Bush song. So now
Kate Bush.
everybody likes Kate Bush.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I was not like, oh, I knew about her years ago, but like I liked her before the show. It's like, because I'm one of those people, I just listen to music and like I copy like whatever thing I hear in a movie. So I always remember that movie, She's Having a Baby, and they played That Woman's Work in it. And I was like, oh, Kate Bush. And I went through like a period where I was like, oh, let me hear Kate Bush. But like not everybody knows about her. So as long as people know that she exists, it's cool, you know?
She's doing good on people playing her tunes on like Spotify and Apple Music.
Spotify,
She's
yeah.
probably getting some royalties,
Mhm.
making some
I also-
cash.
Yeah.
I also like that song when the stoner kid is driving past the duchy. I like that.
Oh
song.
yeah. Yeah. But I think overall it was a good season. Like I'm looking forward to how it ends. It's been like I had to stretch it out though. I didn't watch it all in one day or
Yes.
that one I had to because I also had things going on and I was like these episodes were long. I was like, let me just do like one a day. And I was like, but it always kept me going. I could never say it was a bad episode. Like everything that they put, like I just was more into like what the characters are doing. The thing is like we were talking about Will, like I feel like Mike's the same way where I'm just like I don't like he's just there to me. Like he and 11 have that whole thing going on. It's like whatever. Like I feel like again his arc is kind of done. Like I'm like what is he gonna do? But maybe like the next 2 episodes for the last season they'll like give him something really big to do because I mean he's got to be there for a reason.
But how did you guys feel about Robert Englund? We didn't talk about him.
I liked
He
him.
was good.
That
Yeah,
one
I
episode.
liked him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
it's
good.
to
I wish
see
he was in it more, but yeah, his scene was pretty cool.
Yeah, I did like the
Agree.
flashback with the when they
Yeah.
show like what happened to
Yeah.
him, and then I
The guy
think
from
if I'm
Ozark.
not the guy from that was what I was gonna say. The guy from Ozark. I was like, oh, that guy. But I did like that whole thing in the house and stuff they showed. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, this whole
It was a lot like
season's like
Nightmare.
yeah, paying homage to Nightmare on Elm Street the entire season, basically. Vecna
Yeah.
is like Freddy Krueger and same kind of voice. And Robert
Mhm.
Englund's in it, so it's definitely a lot of love to Nightmare on Elm
Yeah.
Street.
I like Robin. Robin's good. Like the other girl at the video store. Yeah, she's good. Like she's just funny to me. Like she doesn't do a lot, but when she's on, I'm always like, okay. She's always interesting to me because because I think it's also kind of like since she wasn't there originally, she just kind of like everybody else just figuring like she's kind of us in a way because she's just figuring this stuff out as things go on and like everything she just acts awkward to me. I was like it just feels very relatable to me.
Yeah, I like her character too. She
Yeah.
came in the series late, but yeah, now she's just feels like a part of the cast, really. Yeah, she's
Mhm.
charming. She's cute. It's Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's kid. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
can tell
she's
she'll
good.
To
have
do
a good career.
dress up like a girl, I thought that was pretty funny.
Her and Steve are great together.
So Murray was pretty good too this season.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty
Yeah.
funny. How he
I
kind of talked himself into being able to kick ass there.
And he
Yeah.
like
I thought the whole Russia part was kind of dragged out. I'm like, okay, we get
Yeah,
it.
I didn't mind it, but it did feel like okay, when are we gonna? It felt like old school like network TV to me, where it was just like we gotta have this character do a thing for a whole season. And you're just like okay, keep it. Like they like you say, it felt dragged out. Like I didn't mind it when it got to where it needed to go, but it was like okay, when is this gonna finish?
I thought he's hilarious. That scene when they were fighting on the plane.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
love that. And he's like, these kicks are like knives or whatever he was saying. That was rough.
Yeah.
But I'd rate it like, I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was good.
What about you, Armando?
I'd say 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
What about Kev?
4.5.
4.5. Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uncle Henry?
Cool.
I believe I gave it a 4. Yeah, I'd say 4, 4.5, probably 4 for me. But yeah, these last 2 episodes could sway me, could bump it up for sure if it's.
That last episode was awesome.
Yeah, I liked how it ended, so I can't wait to see how they wrap it up.
Yeah, I think I gave it a 4 too.
Well, after July, we'll see Stranger Things again in another several years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was telling Logan. It's like we watch this all like within a week and then forget about it for a couple of years. It's always like, okay,
Yeah.
what happened back then? You got to get caught back up, and the kids are all older now. So
Do you guys binge? My
Yeah.
friend binges
Yeah.
the entire show before the new season comes out.
oh wow.
Season
Oh.
5
Oh,
comes out, he'll binge the entire
Yeah,
show.
I never do that. Yeah, I don't do that. Like, I just kind of just give me the recap. I'll watch it, and then I just kind of like go from there. And I'll
That's
just
what I
read
do.
whatever I need to read. Yeah, I'll read
Yeah.
a subreddit if I forget things. That's
Yeah.
that's as far as I go.
Yeah, I don't have time to rewatch the previous season.
Yeah.
I just do the recap. I'm like, oh, okay. Then
Right.
go right into it.
I wish I still had that kind of time, but yeah, I just don't.
No.
Yeah.
Can barely keep up with what's fresh,
But I'm serious.
Mm.
I think they should really do it chapter 2. Like Max could be, I don't know, Amy Adams, or Mike could be Malcolm Jamal Warner. Just make them old.
Yeah,
Mhm.
why not? I mean, have the kids in it maybe for a little bit and then switch it, go way into the future with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I wouldn't be surprised. Hopefully it turns out a little better than it chapter 2 as far as where it ended up, but yeah.
Dustin is John Cena.
Dusty Buns gets jacked.
Right.
I'm always saying that because I saw that Arnold Schwarzenegger meme where it's like,
It's funny.
That's funny.
and Armando, you were the one who said you wouldn't believe it until you see it, but they have the trailer for Black Adam.
I know. I saw it. It looks like a movie that exists. I'm not excited for it, but I mean, it's. I guess I was proven wrong. It's a real movie.
Yeah, I wish Bob were here because he probably knows more about the comics than I do. But
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna. Yeah,
well, for one,
I don't know. Yeah, just say what you need to say. I don't want to step on you.
no, go Armando. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say. I mean, it looks fine. I don't have. I just don't really have that. I don't know that much about the character, so I mean, it just looks like every movie now. Like all these big blockbusters look the same. There's no variety to anything. It just looks like, yeah, it's a movie I'll watch, and I have A-list on that. I don't need to pay money for it, but it's like, I mean, I guess it looks fine. It looks like a movie. That's it. The Rock is
It's like
he just played The Rock.
Zack Snyder's vision.
Exactly. That's what I sense from it. It looks exactly like something in that style. And I'm not into that style, so I'm like, I guess we're just stuck with it, I guess. And I'm like, okay, I guess until somebody figures something else out.
Yeah, I wish Bob were here. He probably knows the characters better than I do. But I don't know if you saw this guy in the trailer with like he had an Adam logo on his chest. He's pretty much Ant-Man. That's all I can say. He goes from big to small.
Okay.
Obviously they're trying to make Black Adam like the anti-hero, which in the comics he was just a straight up villain.
That's what I heard. He's supposed to be a villain, but for some reason, because it's The Rock, he's like, I want to be a hero, but I kill people. And I'm like, okay, then you're just an anti-hero. You're just a villain. Just be happy saying you're a villain. I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. In the comics, he's a straight up villain. And also he's the main villain for Shazam. But when you look at Shazam and you look at this, they don't fit together tone-wise. So I'm really interested how they'll tie it together.
We'll see. I like Shazam though. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Me too. I like
They'll probably have
Yeah.
a post-credit scene, Black Adam, that ties in with Shazam.
Yeah, they should, because they go together perfectly. And like in the comics, he doesn't really look like the character. Like he has the suit, but Black Adam in the comics had like slick back hair. He had really pointy elf ears, and I'm like, no, this is just The Rock. But I understand it's The Rock. They're gonna make it The Rock.
Yeah,
so.
they gotta sell the tickets. That's what
He
you want to
looks,
see.
he looks European in the comics.
Mm.
You know what's funny, Kevin? He
Yeah.
does look European in the comics, but they say he's Egyptian. Well,
I thought he was Czech or something. I know he was Egyptian.
yeah, that's what they say in the comics. He's an
Okay.
Egyptian guy. Yeah.
What makes sense is I'm thinking about the super move from Injustice 2, and he basically brings the people through like a pyramid and pops out the top of the pyramid with the opponent in Injustice. Yeah.
And Hawkman is in it. To me, Hawkman is an improvement over the comics. He looks way better in the movie. So I'm happy about that. But
I'm excited for Pierce Brosnan as Doctor Strange. Not Doctor Strange,
Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate, thank you.
Once again, I don't know too much about Dr. Fate. Bob does, but from what I do know, I'm like, it looks like they're staying true to the source material. So I appreciate that.
Looks like it could be a CGI fest to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. What
Yeah.
to think about it, you know.
I'm the same page on it. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna say I'm anticipating it, but I mean, if it's
You all know what the movie's gonna be when you
exactly, we all know it's no like, oh, there's this crazy twist. No, it's not. It's just The Rock is gonna do what he does, and then he's gonna look cool. He's gotta look cool. He probably already had that thing in his contract, like he did in that Hobbs and Shaw movie, where he's like, no, I gotta win. I gotta have a stalemate fight. I have to win every fight. We both have to get some hits in or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks crappy to me. I'm not gonna see it. I'll pass.
I feel
Really?
like
Even when it comes out on like
On HBO Max, I'll watch it.
yeah.
I ain't gonna pay for it.
I'll
Just me,
go
just
if
me
my friends wanna
personally.
go, but I'm not rushing to see it. It's like Jurassic.
I have
rushing to see it.
I have A-list, so that's the only. I have A-list. That's the only way to.
Yeah,
just
mine's
by
on
having an
Netflix.
A-list membership.
Same here, Armando,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna waste my ticket for that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. I'm just so in the middle with it.
Yeah.
Like I gotta hear somebody tell me, "Oh my God, this is like." I gotta hear like critics that I know and trust.
This is a game
Tell me-
changer.
This is a
Right.
game changer, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
they're
like-
saying.
The new
Whoever they
Shazam
paid to say it.
the new Shazam comes out. Yeah, I'll definitely go see it. But I don't know. This one doesn't have my interest.
And I feel like
Yeah.
some of The Rock's muscular ears are. He's like, what did they just say? It doesn't matter what you think. Like when he was wrestling. No, but just being the comic guy, it does look like it stays true to the comics a little bit. But as a movie, they're going the predictable route, and to me, DC is just they're not a good cinematic universe. The comics are way better.
No,
It could be worse. They could be Sony, so that's good.
that's the thing, and that's probably a thing they tell themselves. We're not Sony, so don't be
Yeah.
Sony.
I don't know. Have we done the podcast since I watched Morbius?
Oh,
No, you
never-
talked about it, but how? Yeah,
That's so fucking stupid. It was just,
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
even
It's
mad.
not.
I wasn't mad. I'm like, that was just so
It's just sad. That movie's just sad. It's not even. It's not even a movie I can say terrible. It's just
Yeah,
sad.
it's
I was
just-
like
I-
go home. Take your ball and go home. Like,
Yeah, I saw it too, and I'm like, well, this was a thing. Okay.
yeah,
this was a movie that existed.
He's not
exactly.
even French in the movie, because in the comics, he's French, Morbius. Even in the Spider-Man
Oh.
cartoon, he was speaking in that French accent. Like,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
Hmm.
He's
Like-
like, les incompetents.
I can't believe they got this re-released to theaters. Like,
Oh
just,
my God, I heard about that. Yeah, because of memes. And
Yeah.
it bombed the second time.
They're like, oh, maybe people want to see it now. Nope.
Now they're trying to get it back for a third time, saying,
Oh
"Oh,
my gosh.
we were all busy that weekend. Please re-release it for a third week."
And then
Just
like
It makes like $1 billion globally for some odd reason. Makes a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
I thought
I don't
Milo
know.
was good in Morbius.
Oh, yeah.
Matt Smith. I think
Matt
he's
Smith,
the
he
one
was-
in the movie who actually knew what kind of movie he was in, especially that
Yeah.
dance sequence when he gets the powers.
Yeah.
He knows what he's in.
Yeah, he was the only part of that movie that like got the vibe
Yeah.
of that movie. That movie was like too self-serious. Like I feel like if they had fun with it, it would at least be, even if it wasn't good, it would at least be something to watch. But that movie is just like Jared Leto. Like you can tell he was like, oh, I need to take the character of Morbius serious. And I'm like, you don't need to. Just have fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
And the whole Spider-Man connection was dumb.
It didn't make sense, yeah.
Yeah, it made no sense.
And I still have a theory, I could be wrong. I think Sony is going to be like the downfall of the MCU, where it's like they're going to just be like a virus, slowly creep their way in and just completely ruin it. When it comes to Spider,
yeah, I kind of see that, honestly. Yeah, I can see that because Sony has nothing. I think they're just so much banking on. We have to have Spider-Man. We have to be involved in some way, and I get it. Because like before, like superheroes, they were at a point where they just had nothing, and they still don't really have anything that makes money. So I mean, I get that they're really trying to hang on to it, but the problem is then, like you say, what if it infects everything else? And that's the problem. Because they just come up with the worst ideas too for like their stuff. Like Venom's okay, Venom's dumb or whatever. I don't mind it, but I don't know. And then they're still trying to do all these like spin-off things with other characters. It's like nobody cares about it.
now they're doing Kraven the Hunter next with the guy who played Kick-Ass.
Yeah,
that's
not gonna be good. If Morbius was an indication, no, I'm not seeing that at all.
Like I'm just making up my own comic stuff here, but like I understand they don't have to stay true to the comics, but
no, they
I
don't.
always thought like if they were to bring in Kraven, they could make him a hunter in Wakanda who's like exiled from hunting animals in Wakanda. And that's how he gets to Spider-Man. Like, yeah, you're changing his origin, but you're making it fit the MCU. But if they're just making a straight up Kraven movie, it's going to be very random and very boring, in my opinion.
Yeah, because like people, and even I sometimes feel like, okay, yeah, the MCU in general is like, it's very safe and they don't really go outside, they don't think outside the box. But at the same time, they have some kind of a vision. Like they have ideas, and like you at least have to give them that. At least they're making movies that I want to see. Like when one comes out, regardless of, I'm not always gonna say, oh, every Marvel movie is the best thing I see. But when they make a movie, at least they get me interested. And like I don't have any hopes when Sony makes something.
They just need to bank on the Spider-Verse, the animated side.
Exactly.
Yeah, the animated stuff is really good. Yeah.
But just to close out with this, I feel like they signed a deal with the devil in a way where it's like, oh, you can have a really good Spider-Man movie, but you have to put Venom at the end.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
And then
in Mexico or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Aren't they doing like I think it's Madam Web. They're doing like a Madam Web movie with like Dakota Johnson.
No one is asking for that.
I like them, but I'm not. That sounds dumb.
Yeah, I don't know why Sydney Sweeney's doing that.
No.
Yeah, no one is asking for that, literally. And no one's even talking about it. It's like maybe 2 people online somewhere in a ditch who want that.
They're just trying to exhaust every character they can. Like, what will work? Something will stick here. Yeah, it's not working.
Or if you're gonna have D-list characters, do it like Suicide Squad, where they know they're D-list characters and they're having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so should we get into the danger zone?
Yes.
The danger zone.
We all saw Top Gun. I think Henry, you were
Yes.
the first one to see it out of all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think me and Logan. Logan actually saw it maybe an hour before me. Yeah, awesome experience, man. That was a blast in the theater. One of the probably I can't remember being that like thrilled coming out of a theater in a long time, actually, like that, like pumped up. I liked it. I like what they did. I like how they honored the original and like made this their own. All the action sequences were phenomenal. The new cast was fun. Nobody really seemed out of place. You could buy Miles Teller's Rooster. I liked it. I had fun with it. Didn't take it too seriously. And I like how they reintroduced, Maverick back in the fold, gave him a badass opening scene there, like show how badass of a pilot he still is before they introduce him to like the new characters and stuff. I just like what they did. It was just a super fun movie. Awesome experience. I actually saw it twice. I went and rewatched it at IMAX and highly recommend that. That was awesome with the flying sequences. I was on the edge of my seat for sure.
Same old Ethan.
Exactly.
Let's talk about that fulfilling homoerotic beach scene. They really up the ante this time around.
Yeah.
More jacked men and football.
Yeah.
Extra oil and football this time.
There was one girl in there.
Yeah.
They had that one girl, so it's not gay. They were like, no, everybody said it was too gay. So you see, we got one woman in there. That's the only reason.
Yeah, it was a pretty damn perfect sequel for me. I
feel
loved
like I just like how it like I don't mind the sequel. Like I know sometimes, you know, like when you hear stuff like on Twitter, like you go into some of these people are like, oh, we don't need to do a sequel to this or that. I don't mind continuations if like you stay true to what you're doing and you actually have an idea to continue the story. And I felt like it made sense. Like it felt like, you know, there was like Tom Cruise, he was still the same guy he was in the original. And it's like he didn't change, but like in a way it was like it was at least like a continuation of that and like how he was teaching the kids. And then like it was like I did like how it did add on to stuff. And I just like the all the people that they got. Like it didn't feel like, oh, we're replacing Tom Cruise or something. It just felt like they added to it. And like I like Glenn Powell in it. Glenn Powell was really good in it.
Yeah, he was.
That was cool. I like Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
He was the new Iceman.
Yeah.
Oh man, that scene with Val Kilmer was perfect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. Yeah.
Those emotional moments they really knocked out of the park in there.
They really did.
That one and you know, between him and Rooster. Yeah, with those moments like really stood out in the film to me. I liked it. That had me invested and like, you know, really rooting them on, feeling for them. They really did a good job with those moments.
It was a return to the summer blockbuster. Yeah, just super fulfilling movies. Seeing that in the theater, the surround sound, the scenes up in the air, them flying, them putting their lives on the line for these scenes, incredible. Like blown away, literally.
Yeah.
And honestly, like when it comes to the original Top Gun, I like it, but I don't love it as much as other people. Like, to me,
I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah.
This movie was way better than the original. Like to me, it's a rare example. It's like a Terminator 2 or a Blade Runner 2049, where it's
Exactly.
Better
than the original. Because you had them really flying. The original was all like green screen, probably, I would assume.
Yeah.
So it actually felt real, and it felt like, you know, you're on the edge of your seat, you're flying with them.
And one thing too is like the younger characters, which by the way, one of them is he's from Hacksaw Ridge. But you guys,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
He always plays that type of character. But anyway,
yeah.
Like I like how it's like a timeless movie. Like one thing I mentioned was it's not like they have to be that grandpa that has to prove he's cool with the kids.
Yeah.
Like, there's no one named Captain Lit or Captain YOLO. Just,
thank God. Yeah.
like
nobody dabbed. That was good. Nobody did a dab.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're just normal, timeless people, and like that's how you do a sequel. Yeah. That's how you show you're modern without having to show you're modern. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
I like John Hamm as the hard ass. You know, always on his case, and I can't think of the guy's last name from the beginning. Geez, you know, the old guy, Ed
Harris.
Yes, Harris. That was cool in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Like chewing him out in the beginning, and he's like, "But you're damn good, and you're going back to Top Gun." He kind of introduced him into it. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And after he crashed when he walked into the diner, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
You guys think they'll do a third one?
I would love to see a third one.
I hope so. Honestly, I really do. I'd love to see the new cast take on this franchise.
Yeah, because we need to see more of Bob.
That's
why Bob. They had one guy just named Bob. Everybody had the coolest name. There was Phoenix,
Bob.
Rooster, and
baby
Bob.
on board. That was it.
Yeah.
Bob.
Jennifer Connelly was a good love interest for Maverick too.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I had with the movie. I didn't buy the romance.
I did for some reason. Like it worked for me. Like good enough, like surface level, like whatever. I kind of appreciate they didn't do the exact same scene from the original, like the same love scene, but it was kind of the same. But it was like, let's just tone it down a lot because it like you don't want to see old people doing it. So like it was just like they had their clothes on. You get the idea. And like now I like that everybody just found out, oh, Jennifer Connelly, she's hot. I'm like, you guys are late with this too. Everybody knew for like years. We all saw career opportunities at the same time. If he's at the right age.
I was hoping they'd have a sex scene like the first one with all the silky sheets and the windy coming through. little shitty, but they didn't do
Just
it.
the
That
guy
was-
watching them at their window, just playing the saxophone.
he's got the camcorder.
It's Uncle
Oh.
Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, it's Chuck Mangione here. But I would give it a 5 out of 5. I thought it was really good. Like I did not expect it to like it that much.
Yeah, best
Right.
movie of the year for sure. Perfect movie for me. 5 out of 5.
I'm a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going with that. 4 out of 5.
I know I watched too many Marvel movies, but that scene when they were flying the Russian plane and that guy
Mhm.
had the black plane and
Oh,
it went down.
yeah.
I know I watched too many Marvel movies, but I stayed till the end credits because I thought it would be like he crashed and then he takes off the black mask and then it's like Dolph Lundgren and he looks up in the sky and he's like Maverick and then it just cuts to black.
Yeah, exactly. Be
Yeah.
awesome.
It's Vin Diesel. Welcome to the Fast and Furious franchise.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's Tom Skerritt. Tom Skerritt wasn't in this one. I'm like,
Oh, I know. Yeah, he was pretty important
that
in the
mustache.
first one.
But definitely worth the wait because it was
Yeah.
supposed to come out in like 2020.
Yeah.
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 What if it was like Ving Rhames at the end? Same old Maverick. And it ties into the Mission Impossible movies. The crossover we want. Same old Maverick, same old Ethan.
Fun time and strong word of mouth that keeps doing really well every week. Had like the strongest second week hold from a blockbuster that made over 100 million in the second week. So
It's
everybody's
pushing almost 800 million right now
Man.
globally. I just
Wow.
saw it earlier.
Wow.
Jurassic World Dominion opened like 350 globally this weekend.
Wow.
And then
Yeah,
Top
people-
Gun's at
People are
800.
people are loving that Jurassic World. My theater was very busy.
Hmm.
A
Yeah.
lot of kids probably love.
Yeah,
wanna
a
go see
lot
it.
of kids were in it, and they were like, there was barely the thing with that movie. I'm just gonna segue if you don't mind, but I thought that movie was fine. I get why kids like it. There was some dinosaurs that fought in, but they didn't. The thing that kind of disappointed me about they didn't really follow through with like the thing at the end of Fallen Kingdom where it was like the dinosaurs are living among us. They kind of talk about it, but it's like in the background for most of that movie. For most of it, they didn't even have them fight. Like there's like a few scenes, and then most of that movie is like, oh, we gotta stop this corporation because they're gonna use the dinosaur DNA to stop because he wants to control this evil guy wants to control the food supply. So it's just about locusts for most of it. And dinosaurs aren't even like the main focus. But then there's like something where dinosaurs are like getting sold on the black market. And
So wait a
then
minute, it's about GMOs, like the fake food that scientists make.
kind of, yeah. That's why they brought all the 3 people back, was just to like do something with that. So they're like, we gotta make sure about the water supply. We gotta fix that. So that's the whole movie. Like the dinosaurs are part of it, but they're kind of in the background. They're not even like the main focus.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they I don't know. You had one job and you didn't even do the one thing that's like literally given to you on a silver platter, and you somehow went another totally different way with it. But okay, I guess. Like, I can't say I even hated it. It was just one of those movies that
Is it better
More-
than Fallen Kingdom though?
not really. No, the weird thing is I kind of like Fallen Kingdom for as dumb as it was. It's not good. I feel like they all go in descending order. The first one was the best. Like the first Jurassic World was the best one, and then Fallen Kingdom was okay. This is probably the worst one to me, honestly.
That's not good.
Yeah, I left the theater. I was like, this was fine, but I didn't need to see it in a theater. I mean, I don't know. It's the most like middle of the road movie I saw this year. Like it's not even as bad as like Morpheus was bad, but it was like interesting. But this movie it's straight down the line, just corporate like art. It doesn't do anything to shake to shake up anything. It's just like we gave you all the legacy characters. They came back, and you're gonna get that. And then I don't know. It's just so sterile. It's just there. I can't even it's not even something I can be mad at. They did the stuff they wanted. They got that annoying girl from the second movie back. She's a big part of it because she got kidnapped in this one, and that's like a whole thing. I don't know. It's like if you want to see it. I'm not gonna say I hated it. It's just like fine. You could have done so much more with it. and you didn't take any chances with it. And it's like, okay, I guess. But it made money. So I mean, I guess.
I'll see
that's
it Tuesday, but I'm not expecting much, which is maybe I should go with low standards. So
Yeah, just going with low standards. Like if you need to see a movie, really just see Top Gun again. But I mean, yeah, you could see it. I'm not gonna say don't see it. I mean, I was in the theater and I was just like, it was a movie. I watched it. It had scenes that moved from beginning to end.
Yeah.
They everything was competently put together, but it's like it was just so there. Like it's not even what I can get mad at. Like it's not as bad as Morbius. That's the best thing I can say about it. It was a thing to watch.
and the thing, like Chris Pratt for this whole trilogy, he just puts his hands up to like stop the raptors and stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah,
you
that
can barely do that with some small dogs. But he's like,
yeah,
you can
and
do it with a dinosaur.
that plays it. That's the thing too. There's like now the little girl did like I said it's a small part, but the little girl from the second movie, they adopted her. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard, they adopted the girl from Fallen Kingdom, and she does the thing. So she's like, oh, I can teach the raptors this. So she does the same move too, and it's like, oh, and yeah, I'm just gonna let you know that's barely a spoil.
They go
That's
full
just a
on
thing.
Jedi.
Yeah, she knows how to do it because she's part dinosaur DNA, so she can do it too. And then she's like, I need to find out more where I came from, my history, who my mother was, and that takes up a big part of it because BD Wong is in it, and he's just sad for most of it because like I shouldn't have done what I did. It took the dinosaur DNA, and he's just sad. Like the whole movie, he's just sitting in a chair, like, oh, I gotta tell you, little girl, about where you came from because I knew your mother. Everybody apparently knew this girl's mother. She's like, I guess she's just the constant now of these movies because they're like, we knew all the work she did with dinosaurs and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is like nothing what I wanted, but okay, you want to put that into, I mean, I guess, but it's like a lot of stuff about we got to protect the dinosaurs. That's kind of a thing, which is dumb. I just want to see dinosaurs fight. I wanted to see dinosaurs like in the streets or something like they did in The Lost World. They didn't even do that. They couldn't even accomplish the simplest thing you could have done that you set up for the last movie. They just have like a thing at the beginning where it's like what is it? It's like one of those like YouTube videos where it's like now this, and here's a video of what's happened in the few years since dinosaurs have been released in the wild. So they just like explain like a quick explainer like what happened in the last few years. You see some pterodactyls flying in some big cities, and then they're just like, no, we're just gonna focus on
that wouldn't be the
stuff.
thing. If dinosaurs were really here, it would be like the apocalypse.
No, that doesn't happen. Everybody is walking around like normal people.
Yeah,
They
like,
go to it. Yeah. No, nobody's reacting like normal people would react to dinosaurs. Like there's not even like
walking down the
dinosaur
street,
deaths.
you would get eaten by like
No.
a 10-foot lizard.
You barely, the only time I remember somebody was on a Segway scooter in Italy and got eaten. And that's the only thing that I remember.
That's in the
like,
trailer. I saw that.
yeah, that's it. Like there's not even that many deaths in it. Like that's the thing. And then the bad guy is just kind of he's just such a stock bad guy. He's not even they got Campbell Scott is in it, and I like Campbell Scott, but he's just there to get his check. Like he's one of those guys to me, like he always just came off as old, even when he was young. So like now because TV came and just like we got all the character actors, and he just kind of was lucky enough he just would show up and stuff. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna play the stock old guy villain, and that's all he does. He had the thing is he had like a really funny reaction when like obviously at the end like something happens where his plan of course doesn't go the way it goes, and then he has the funniest reaction, which is such a nerd reaction where he just because it's not going well he just goes and then he just like that's his reaction when things don't go well, and that just made me laugh for some reason.
Remember Jurassic Park 3? Alan, the raptor in his dream.
Oh yeah, the raptor, yeah.
I would kill for that now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't hate Jurassic Park 3. I don't hate the movie. I kind of
it's a man. I think it's compared to the other ones. I think everybody has changed to they're like, oh no, it's good because that movie gets to the point. You just want dinosaurs attacking, and that's what it does. I mean, it does the simplest thing. It's 90 minutes. And it just does what you want. I feel like movies that they always have to over-explain and set up. Just do the thing we're here to see.
It's like Fantastic Four, like when people hated those two movies, but when the Josh Trank version came out, people were like, well, it wasn't that bad, the original one.
I remember that. I mean, I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I think she's hot because I like redheads. So that was another thing that kept me going about it. But other than that, they're still trying to push that romance with her and Chris Pratt. And I'm like, this has so much married couple about to get divorced energy to me. I just don't see any connection. It's like, this seems like it's going to go off the rails. But they're like, oh no, they're the couple that you guys want to see. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, nobody asked for this. But
Remember
okay.
the guy in the first Jurassic Park movie? He had the big nose and he was smelling everything in the jungle. And oh, clever girl. That was it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I like that. I don't know why I just randomly thought of that.
I know they got the for no reason, because the CIA is involved in this movie. The CIA is like investigating dinosaurs or something, because they have like a division for like dinosaurs or something, or like like species division or something. They got the black guy that was in the Jurassic World, the one that worked with Chris Pratt. He's in this one, and he's like, oh no, I work for the CIA now. So like he's in it, and because there's like, oh, and there's a dinosaur fight club at one point. Like there's people betting on dinosaurs.
A guy.
He was a black guy. He was like a French black guy, and he worked with Chris Pratt in Jurassic World.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he's there. Like for some reason I was so into that first one, I remember him really well. But he's like a character that was just kind of there, to be honest. But they brought him back for this one, and it's like, oh yeah, you're here. I remember you from the first one.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. He was black guy working with dinosaurs is something people should remember.
Imagine, I remembered it, but I remember, but I don't blame anybody else, because he was there, but he didn't really have a character. Like his whole thing was, I just remember he was a black guy, he had a French accent, and he worked with Chris Pratt, and that was his whole thing. And they explained so much away, like the thing too, there's like a small thing where apparently everybody that was in the first Jurassic World, they all got hired to be part of the CIA. They just have a file where it's like, oh, here's all these people that worked in Jurassic World in the first movie. They all work with us now. They all just picked up everybody. Yeah.
That French guy was like the Raptor trainer with Chris Pratt, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
He was the one taking care of him in Jurassic World, and then you had that big heavyset guy. I can't think of his name that plays Kingpin. Comes in.
Oh, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, there you go.
D'Onofrio. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's in this one too?
No, because he died in the first
I don't remember. I'm sorry. Yeah, I only saw it.
Yeah, he died. No, I saw it twice because I was the right audience for that first Jurassic World. They were playing to the right audience because I was so like, no, I love Jurassic Park. I even saw it in 3D, so I remembered the characters. I remembered Vincent D'Onofrio, and he got eaten by a raptor in a lab. And then BD Wong was working with him, and he was like, we got to get all the DNA. And then that was a whole setup. But yeah, so I remember there was like, the thing is, even the BD Wong stuff didn't even pay off all that good. Like they did it in Fallen Kingdom too, where he was just the guy working behind the scenes. And then when you get to this one, he's just sitting in the lab for most of it. He's just like, no, I regret all my decisions. And then I thought, okay, is it going to be epic? Is it going to be, because for 2 movies, you set this up. And he's just a guy just being sat in a laboratory to me. He just didn't do anything. He was just like, I regret my decisions. I should not have done stuff to the dinosaurs. And, and then all the legacy characters meet him again. They're like, you destroyed the ecosystem. You destroyed the environment. And now he's like, I have to redeem myself. And I'm like, I guess, but I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's so telling how like they were just so much trying to cash in on the nostalgia that it just at the end, it just kind of was just like, just kind of ends on a whimper. It wasn't even like, I think I could remember. Like there's a big dinosaur fight at the end, but it doesn't really even do it. It's just a random fight. It just felt so manufactured. Like, oh, the T-Rex is back. We haven't seen a T-Rex for the whole movie, really. But they're like, we got to do the fight because everybody liked it when we did it in Jurassic World, and they liked Fallen Kingdom. So we got to do it because that's what people like. It's not set up at all. The dinosaurs are kind of just in the background, like I said, for most of it. I like the one part where it was in the trailer too, but I did like the one part where the dinosaur got hit with like a pole. It got between like some cars and it went upside down. That part was kind of cool to me. That was funny to me. Like it was a movie that existed. Like I don't know. You don't rush to see it, but I mean, if you have to see it, the other thing too is like I mean, I did kind of like on my screening because I saw that in AMC. I don't know if other ones will do it, but I did like that they put minions at the beginning. That was kind of amusing to me. Where like for the feature presentation, they did a thing where the minions were just talking, and then the T-Rex was like talking to the minions, and then they got scared by the T-Rex. And for some reason, that kind of made me laugh. I don't know. I kind of like minions for some reason. I don't know.
What would you give it, Dominion?
What's good? Oh, what were you saying?
What would you give Dominion? Like a score out of 5?
Oh, Dominion. 2.5. Like straight down the middle for me.
Damn.
2.5. Yeah. I'm not rushing to see this.
We're going to see it next Saturday.
Yeah.
So I was curious.
I'm seeing it Tuesday, so
Yeah.
but I'll let you guys know. Not expecting much, but
Yeah. Henry and I have been going back and rewatching and reviewing all the Jurassic Park World movies. So I just watched Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom recently. Fallen Kingdom was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked Fallen Kingdom was kind of that right spot of like be ridiculous enough where just have fun with it. Like it's too long in some parts, and I'm not gonna say every part of it works, but I just like how they just made they should have just made they just found a way to make the dinosaurs cartoons. Like one I remember winked at the camera at one point. I remember one just bumped his head and went blah, blah, blah. I remember that, and I was like, they should have just went dumb with it. Like sometimes just get dumb, but they did it. But with this one, so
as we learned, humans never learn anything, and they just keep dying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, definitely not as good as the originals.
No,
nothing will.
They can't stack up. No, they can't stack up. No, even Lost World. I like Lost World better. I'm a big defender of Lost World. I love Lost World. It's dumb, but I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Part 1 and part 2 were really good. The best. You know, the first one being one of the greatest movies of all time, obviously, but
they
just don't have that Spielberg magic anymore.
That's what it is.
You don't have it.
They're coasting too hard on that nostalgia. And after a certain time, like even this one, they had references where it was like something about when Jurassic Park was open, it had this huge fence that was really, it's like a 500,000 volt fence or something, and then they like turned the camera to Sam Neill, so you're like, oh, remember that part with the fence from the first one? It's like, okay, come on, like stop it. We remember the first movie. I can watch it if I want. I think I grew out. Like every movie is just really telling of how much like the nostalgia stuff working for me, because I was all in that first Jurassic World. I loved it. I was defending it. Anybody that said anything negative, I was like, no, you just don't get it. It just worked in the right places. I don't know how it would age now. I kind of want to go back to it just to see, because I feel like sometimes I watch these movies and I was gobbling up all that content, and I was just like, okay, I want to see all these movies, these big movies. So I don't know. I liked it, and then the next two, I think they just all kind of get worse as they went on.
Yeah, part 3, Jurassic Park 3 was awful. That was with Sam Neill.
Yeah.
And it had.
I don't love it. It's a mess, but I kind of.
There's nothing to it. It's like an hour and a half long, and just like
there's a talking dinosaur in that movie. Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan, yeah.
Yeah, that one was fun.
The dinosaur's stomach. Come on, Logan.
I thought it was really dumb because I remember Alessandro Nivola. He was like his mentor. He was the guy that he was mentoring. And then the dumb part with that where he's like, oh, I stole the eggs because I wanted to research them. And I was like, okay, this is stupid. So you could have left the eggs and this movie couldn't have happened. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
It was,
William H. Macy was in it.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
He was like the dad.
Yeah.
They go in trying to find the kid that's lost on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go and the parents go in and try to find and bring in Sam Neill since he's familiar, even though it's the other island, and come across all the dinosaurs.
I like the opening of that movie. Just like when I think they're on a boat or something, they're like, I forgot, they're like skiing or doing paragliding. Yeah, because I found out like the guy, like Alexander Payne wrote that movie. So like I like that they got the guy from Election, the one that slept with Reese Witherspoon, and I think he's like on the boat or something in that movie. I just for some reason I was like, that's probably the only part. Like I wouldn't be surprised they rewrote that movie because the rest of that movie just feels like somebody else just did a pass on and they just got the credit for it. But I always like the opening scene of that.
I mean, I'll take part 3 over Jurassic World movies.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, they're saying that this is the final one. It's never the final one. They'll
No, it's
reboot
not.
it
They're gonna
5
reboot
years.
it, but get somebody better than Chris Pratt, because Chris Pratt, he's not. He's like dry to me now. He doesn't even want to be funny. He's just serious.
Henry,
I feel
do the
like they should
impression. Do the
What was that,
impression.
Logan?
Niall already did it, but yeah, he's always like, hold on. Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
They can barely do that to small dogs. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Raptors understand me.
Yeah.
So
But I
shitty.
feel like the next one, they either need to do two things. Do like Jurassic Apocalypse, where it's like Mad
Yeah.
Max or something, and dinosaurs really have taken over the world. Or the dinosaurs are getting smarter, like Planet of the Apes, and just go that route.
Or they could bring back Bryce Dallas Howard. I'd be okay with it. Just bring her back. I don't mind. That's it.
You should direct it.
Yeah.
Is all the people are saying the franchise should go extinct? No more.
Yeah.
I agree.
No
with
more.
that.
Yeah.
No more. We're good.
I mean, they have. I know that I've never watched it, but I know there's a Netflix show. They're doing it. They have an animated show.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
My
we
son
wa-
watches it
I
sometimes.
watched it with my kid.
I kind of want to watch it. Yeah.
It's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good.
Okay. Maybe
Give it a watch.
that's the thing. Okay. That's also the thing. Think about animating these things too. I mean, not everything has to be live action. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the first season's out. The second season comes out in July.
Okay.
Camp Cretaceous, I think it's called.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, talking about Jurassic Park, how about we talk about the memorable movie trailers?
Oh, well, one of my favorite movie trailers of all time is Alien. Just the guy narrating in space. No one can hear you scream. Like, to me, that's just the perfect tagline for any movie. I love that trailer. And well, Suicide Squad, that very first trailer,
Yeah.
the
That was a
teaser
really
was
good
like
one. Yeah.
dark and edgy. I'm like, man, this is gonna be really good. That one was like, I was really excited when I saw that, and then we got what we got. If you're a comic fan, Batman versus Superman looked exactly like the Frank Miller story, so that got me excited.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of good trailers, but Alien is the first one that came to mind.
Nice. It's a good choice. Mine would be Jurassic Park, 1993. Back then, didn't have all the trailers, didn't have YouTube and stuff like that. So seeing the trailer before a movie or seeing it on TV, I'll never forget that. Changed my life forever. Being a movie fan as a young kid and just being introduced to like dinosaurs, real life dinosaurs and practical effects, and just how amazing that movie was, and going to see it in the big screen. Remember seeing that trailer and getting hooked on movies at that age. And then also the original Batman from 1989, Michael Keaton. Remember seeing that trailer too as a young kid.
You brought up a good point. Like, now we can just bring up a trailer in seconds, like on our phones and stuff. But
Yeah.
back then, we had to like wait to see it at the theater. Yeah.
Mhm.
You'd
Yeah.
watch, you'd see him, you'd see him on cable. You'd be watching a TV
Mhm.
show and you see a trailer, like, oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
That was
Either
always
that or the Super Bowl we had to wait for. Yeah.
that was always why I liked when I was younger. I used to love watching like the Kids Choice Awards or like the the MTV Movie Awards, because it was like the exclusive first look. It was actually a first look because you couldn't get this stuff anywhere else. And it was always like a trailer for a movie you've never heard of. Like, now we know everything ahead of time, so it's no mystery anymore. It's just like, oh yeah, the next Marvel movie, whatever. But back then it was always like, you're gonna see something that literally we're all gonna have this shared experience that I think it lacks nowadays, because everything is just online in like seconds. Like Thursdays or whatever will be like the day where it's like, here's the new trailers that come out. Everybody already sees it at such different times, so it doesn't have that same feeling to it.
Right.
Remember the trailer for Cloverfield back in the day? That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was a cool one.
Found footage. Yeah.
Yeah, and Heidi, the monster, the found footage. I like that.
I like the 12 Cloverfield Lanes trailer. That was a good
That
trailer.
one too.
Yeah, that was. Like, if I have to pick trailers, I feel like I would have the like, compared to all you guys, I probably have the snobbiest taste. I was always into the indie trailers, or like the ones that were like not big studio movies. Like, I was very into the Marie Antoinette trailer, the
Which
one
trailer?
with Kristen Dunst. Yeah, because the
Oh.
teaser trailer, yeah, the song was so good. What was it? It was a New Order. They played
Yes.
New Order's Age of Consent in it. And I was like, I don't know what this movie is gonna be. And I was so excited. And then the movie never came out near me. And they just played it in like outside of where I lived. but I was so excited for that movie, and I was like, I need to see when's Marie Antoinette coming. I have to keep looking and looking, and I never saw it. But the trailer just was like so intriguing because it doesn't tell you anything about the movie. It's just like a period piece, and I was like, why is this 80s music playing over it? I got to see what it's about. And then I saw it, and I love that movie. But I was just like so cute. Like that was just a good way of like showing enough to kind of at least get the audience interested in what's gonna happen.
And just going back to Spider-Man, because I'm talking Marvel movies, I guess. Doc Ock, the last Spider-Man movie, when he showed up in the trailer, I kind of was like, oh boy, where's this going? That got me excited.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good trailers, actually, now that I think about it. Even Logan, the actual movie Logan, that's a good trailer too with the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Johnny Cash?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hurt.
That's a good one.
There's a movie, I don't know if anybody's heard of it, because this movie is kind of, by today's standard, it's not, barely people talk about it, but there was a movie called Real Life with like Albert Brooks, and it's like a mockumentary where he like basically, he films like this family, and like he's like, I want to take a look at the American family. So like the whole movie is like basically like a mockumentary of like, it's like a parody of like an old PBS show. So like the trailer doesn't show you like any clips of the movie. It's literally Albert Brooks playing himself and explaining the movie to you, and then it's like all these weird things to kind of show like an idea. It's like a whole promotional thing. It's just him talking to the screen, but he's like doing all these bits in it to like get you interested in the movie. And I was like that trailer. It's a very weird trailer, but it worked really well. It tells you nothing, no clips at all. It tells you nothing. It's just like literally this guy telling you what the movie is and just doing bits to kind of get you interested.
The best trailers are the ones that don't give away too much, but like now every trailer gives away everything.
Every trailer gives you everything.
Yeah, you kind of got to pick and choose what you watch. I'll watch like the first trailer for something, but then I'll skip the others usually,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like with the Batman movie, I liked that was 2 trailers. But I never saw that teaser one where it was just Batman in like a red room. I'm like, that's
yeah.
But the actual trailer for the movie I like. And another good trailer is Gravity. George Clooney, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I actually have I got like 3 posters from the theater of that movie. I love that movie. Gravity.
I remember oh my god, like it's the most obvious Armando answer, but like most of the Wes Anderson trailers, I like them. Like they always are a good representation to the movie. Like I get what I get from those movies. I like, and they always are a good way to like promote them to me. Like any of them, like Life Aquatic, I think is my favorite one though. Cause they play a New Order song in it, so I like the way they put it in the trailer. Like really, if you put in New Order in anything, it gets me into it.
And The Punisher for Netflix, that was a good teaser trailer. They played Metallica in the song, and they just fit the tone of The Punisher perfectly. I really don't want them to bring him into the Disney Plus and stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never, most of those Netflixes, the only one I think I ever actually watched was Luke Cage the whole way through. I've never seen The Punisher.
Oh, okay.
Neither have I. I haven't seen Daredevil or any of them.
I tried to watch Daredevil.
Daredevil would be number 1 for me.
Yeah, it's really
okay.
Yeah.
I need to check them out just to get it out of the way, get that thing like the Marvel, like the blind spot out of the way.
Yeah, Kevin, I know you didn't like Moon Knight, but the Moon Knight comics are way better, like as far as tone goes.
Oh yeah, because I like Moon Knight. Yeah.
Oh, you did like it.
Oh yeah, I liked it. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I understand it wasn't anything like the comics.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have a connection to comics, but I just thought it was cool. I think it was amazing, but I really liked Oscar Isaac in it.
But like the Inception trailer, I wasn't into that. That was another trailer for me that I was into it. I was like, oh, because I'm again, you guys don't know me well, but I feel like I have a very artsy. I'm kind of pretentious, so anything that looks like art to me, that looks like a film, not a movie, I'm like, oh my god, I was into it, especially in high school. I think if people were friends with me, it'd be kind of insufferable because I was like, no, this is gonna be true film when Inception comes out. And I was like, I saw that trailer every day. I had one of these old flip phones at the time, and there was like the exclusive trailer for Inception. I was like, no, I gotta watch this all the time, and I gotta see how much a real master is at work. and I was just watching that trailer all the time. And I feel like that movie does such a great job of setting up the tone, setting up everything, getting you ready to make it like a big event.
Yeah, I remember seeing Inception trailer and thinking, what the fuck is this movie about?
Yeah.
Because that whole scene with Leo in the water,
Mhm,
I remember like, whoa, that looks cool.
yeah.
It made you
Yeah.
like really excited to figure out
Yeah.
what the movie was about.
Yeah, and that was one of those movies where when the trailer came out, I was like, I need to, like, I don't do that often for anything because everything is just given to me now with like all the Marvel stuff. I don't really look up anything, but that was a movie where I was like, I have to decode it. I have to see what it's about. I gotta like that was like maybe one of the last times I actually did that with a movie. It was like I had to figure out all the things. Even when I finally saw Inception, I was like, oh, it met my expectations. It did what I wanted to do. I was like, I gotta watch all these videos of people talking about Inception and seeing what the meaning behind all the things are. Like that movie like really kind of put me like in like a wormhole where I was just like, I have to look up everything about it. When I feel like movies nowadays, you know everything, so you don't get that mystery. There's no like intrigue, which is fine. I'm not saying everything has to be that, but it's something. It's just different now.
The worst trailers are the ones that actually give away the entire movie. Like remember the trailer for Terminator, what was it, Genesis?
Genesis, they just tell you everything. I was like, well, I don't need to. You saved me money. I don't need to see the movie now.
They showed John Connor being a Terminator hybrid thing. They showed you everything. If the trailer would have just ended with Arnold Schwarzenegger just shooting John Connor and it cuts to black and it said Terminator Genesis, that would have been way more effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I have the rule now that I only watch one trailer for a movie.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I can't watch like the trailer 2 and this that. I get after a while like I'll wait until I go to the theater. I'm not like you already got me. I don't need to see every trailer.
They literally have like a teaser for the teaser.
Exactly. That's the new thing now. Everything is the teaser for the teaser. Yeah, but I mean, there's good trailers that still come out. It's just now it's just I feel like you're already engineered for certain things. So when they come out, it's just all speculate. It's like now it's like sports or something. You got to speculate. You got to have all the statistics with all, especially comic book movies. Like, let's see what this thing that's gonna happen in this. And here's our predictions for whatever. It's like weird. Like now, it's like everybody just so into. We got to guess all the things. What's this character gonna do? What's that character gonna do? We saw the set photos, so we got to see how they figure into the plot because the last Thor movie or whatever did this thing, so they didn't do it this time. So we got to see how they're gonna surprise us next. It's like, I mean, if you're looking at it, won't you already ruin the surprise for yourself? But I don't know. That's just how things work now, and that's fine. I'm not mad about it. I mean, it's interesting because I mean that's what we do here. We're just talking and guessing, and it's fun to speculate and guess what's gonna happen. But just trailers now, you get the whole sense of what's gonna happen. There's no mystery anymore.
Yeah, like with Jordan Peele's Nope. Like
that's the thing. I love that.
I've seen one trailer and I'm like, I'm invested. I'm gonna see it.
Exactly.
That's all I need to see. I don't want anything spoiled.
I didn't watch the new trailer either. It's like I'm hooked. That's it. I'm fine. You got
the only reason I saw it because they played it before Jurassic World Dominion. So I mean, it looks good. They're still not giving a lot away. Just some new little parts here and there, but. That movie's kind of the way I like that a trailer should be. Just don't tell us anything. Just give us a simple, basic tone idea of how the tone's gonna be. You don't have to say too much because we still really don't know. So we'll see.
I'm pumped for that one too.
Yeah,
he does a good job marketing for his stuff. He doesn't give away everything all at once, you know.
Because even us, nobody could figure out what us was for a long time. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's gonna be about." Everybody was just disappointed. They were like, "This isn't about race, so it's not good." And I was like, "That's not everything has to do. It has to be the same idea." I mean, that's why if you're good, you don't have to do the same thing all the time. But it looks good. Nope, looks good. I haven't ordered my tickets yet because I'm one of those people I like to see how I don't want to buy them and then something happens. Like I'm very superstitious in that way. Yeah, I'm like, let me see what happens first. Because what if it rains? What if there's an accident? I'm just so not gonna do it until I know for sure that I have time to see it. But it looks good. That's the only really that's one of the few movies I'm looking forward to.
I like the Thor God of Love and Thunder trailer. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Plan Before
Yeah.
Maverick with the
He
Guns
went
N'
from-
Roses.
Went
Yeah,
from
it's a
bad
cool-
bod to God bod. So that
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, tickets go on sale tomorrow for that. Tomorrow or
nice.
Tuesday. So get your
Yeah,
tickets.
I thought, yeah, I like those movies. I just find like sometimes Taika Waititi, he's extra to me. He's like, you're a little too much. He's like, it's like those movies, they're good, but sometimes he kind of annoys me, like just as a person. I don't know why, but he's just a lot to me. He seems like he could be a lot. I don't know. He seems exhausting. Let me say it that way. It just seems like you're a lot. But like I like the Thor movies. So I mean, I'm ready. I'm into the Marvel. You know what I called it the other day? I was on Letterboxd talking about something. I'm into the Mickey Mouse industrial complex. They have me already, so I'm gonna see whatever Marvel puts out. So
Excited.
Natalie Portman looks pretty good. She plays Lady Thor. They had a whole comic series on that, and I honestly think Thor, they're gonna kill him off. Like when they're doing that whole, oh, he went from dad bod to God bod. He's referring to Thor in the past tense. So I'm kind of curious about that. And then that might be Lady Thor, and when they do a new Avengers years from now, they might make her like the new Thor. Just an idea.
Could be. Yeah. You never know with those old Avengers. Sounds like Chris Evans isn't gonna come back anytime soon, but you never know. Maybe they're probably planning something already, you know. Like just tell lies until it happens kind of a thing. Because you got to figure they're gonna come back at some point.
Yeah. But the trailer looks good. I love the colors. I love the music. They finally got Thor right. It took them, what, 2 years? But they finally got it right.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think the Guardians will be in the movie much longer. I think in the
Probably
beginning, and that's it.
Yeah.
I hope Chris Pratt isn't serious in that. It's like he doesn't want to be funny anymore. He got fit, and then he found Jesus. So now he's like so serious. So I hope he's fun in it at least. I like him as an actor, but like it's like the last few years he just like is so stoic. You don't have to be like that. Like that was not why he got famous. We liked him because he was like the chubby guy on Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
You know, and then he just doesn't want to be that anymore. He forgot where he came from.
The OC?
Yeah. Yeah, he was good on that though. He was funny on the OC.
I think I'll like Thor though
Other
more
guy.
than Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange, I still have my feelings about it. You guys want to talk about Ray Liotta? Get into some of his movies, Henry. That was your idea too.
Uncle Henry.
Uncle Henry. Yeah. Sad story. Yeah. Ray
Yeah.
Liotta died in his sleep.
Yeah.
Filming a movie over in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, kind of shocking. I mean, kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, I have a
He
copy.
passed away.
I have some of his stuff. I got some DVDs because also this is gonna be show and tell today. So
There we go. Let's see what you got.
So not that much, but of course I got Goodfellas. You know, you gotta have. I have to have a copy. Like this is one of those movies. When we were talking, I should have picked this one. We were talking about like one movie to watch for the rest of my life. I would actually pick this one.
Yeah.
This is a movie I love. The perfect movie. Anytime I can watch it. It's on TV. It's on like cable. I watch this anytime I can watch it.
No matter what part you're picking up at.
And there's no bad part of Goodfellas. All parts of that movie are good. I love that movie. And like he's so good in it. Like that's one of those movies where like somebody does a role so good, like that's them for the rest of their career. And like he utilized it well. Like he did it so good in like he could be in a movie that wasn't that good and like he could elevate it just because he was in it. He could play that character like a gangster guy and he did it. He committed to it well. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else playing that role. I mean, that's the first time I remember seeing Ray Liotta was in that role, and then Karina.
I own Karina.
Oh, there it is.
That was the first. Yeah. This is the first movie I saw him in, and he's like the most un-Ray Liotta thing he did. Yeah. And I watched this a lot.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I saw a movie of his in the theater. It was Karina, but I remember seeing Goodfellas.
Yeah.
He was in that Michael Cera movie too, and I thought he was funny in that. What's the name of that movie?
Oh, I didn't pull it out, but Youth in Revolt. He was in that. Yeah. And he's intense. Like every role he's in, he just always plays an intense guy.
And he was in Sin City, remember?
Yep.
I've seen parts of Sin. I've never seen Sin City the whole way.
Oh, really? Okay, it's a good movie. Check it out.
I need to watch it. That's one of those movies I need to watch it. But I've seen parts of it. I need to watch the whole thing.
Shoeless Joe and Field of Dreams when he
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Classic.
awesome. Yeah, magical scene when they walked out of the cornfield and was talking to Kevin Costner.
He was good in this. I liked him in
Observe and Report. Oh,
yeah. He was crazy in this one because that's a movie. This is a movie where like everybody is like the most insane person ever, and he's grounded, but somehow he comes off like intense, but he like really works in that movie. Yeah, because he hates Seth Rogen so much in that movie, but it like worked. It's funny. Like he's not doing it to be funny. He just plays it like how Ray Liotta would play it, but it's somehow like it's funny. Yeah. This is not a great movie. He's good in it, but I have Date Night. He was in this.
Yeah, I like that movie a lot.
Yeah,
I
he's
actually have the movie too.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Like again, he plays like just that kind of Henry Hill character, but he's pretty good for the few minutes that he's in it. Yeah, I like him in this. And then this is a very small role he's in, but he's in it for like a few minutes, and I thought he was pretty funny. And he has no lines in it, but he has a cameo in The Wanderlust, like with Paul Rudd and Jennifer Aniston, and he plays a guy that goes on the commune, and he just like naked for like one part. He has no lines in it. He just shows up naked at the end, and he's like in an orgy, and then that's his role, and then that's just the end of the movie, and then that's his whole role. I was like, okay, fine. I mean, like, I like Ray Liotta in anything. He's always good.
Yeah, he just had that it factor when he's in a movie. He just made it that much better.
Yeah, like. Like he was always like he plays intense well, but at the same time he was good at doing comedy too, because he was on an episode of like Modern Family where he just played himself, and like the whole joke of the episode was like he wanted like these kids to know that he was Ray Liotta and they couldn't recognize him, and like he was pretty good at that.
He was even in the B movie, the kids movie.
That's right. Yeah, he was in B movie too. Yeah.
The Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah. The joke was he was like had some kind of honey or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Ray Liotta honey or something, yeah.
Something like that. I remember that. And then Something Wild. He's great in Something Wild. I know that was like the first big thing he did.
I need to watch that. I'm sad to say I haven't seen it yet. That movie, heard nothing but good things about it.
It's so good. It's one of those ones you can't put in one category. Like it's kind of a comedy, but then it goes into like being a thriller. Like when he shows up, that movie gets like really insane.
Yeah, he's like the boy. Is he the boyfriend of the?
Melanie Griffith. He's Melanie Griffith's boyfriend, like ex-boyfriend, and then it's. I don't want to spoil it because it's one of those.
He's like an ex-con or something, basically.
Yeah, basically, he plays like kind of that role. Yeah,
and it's Jeff Daniels is the other guy, right?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
I would recommend that. Like it's always on some streaming thing, so you'll find it at some point.
Okay.
Like, and Criterion put it out, so they had like their own release. I need to buy that one. And then my mom's gonna be like, "You shouldn't be buying so many movies," and I'm gonna keep buying movies. I mean,
right?
Yeah, that's one I need though.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he did a bunch of movies in the the 90s and all that, and then he kind of fell off for a while. And lately he's had a resurgence. So it's kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, he because the thing is he didn't look sick. Like there was no sign. Like those are always the scariest deaths to me. Dying in your sleep. He didn't look. He wasn't like he was getting up in age, so he just was getting senile. Like he was still like even we talked about that Many Saints of Newark. He was still like there. He was still like up there. It wasn't like oh my god, he was like falling off or deteriorating. He just still was at the top of his game when he left. Yeah,
he owned that scene. Playing the twin in that movie.
Yeah,
and when he comes to visit him at the jail there. Yeah, that was a memorable scene in that movie.
Yeah, he was so good in that.
I liked him in. Did you guys ever see that one movie, Copland?
Yes.
Yeah, he's so good. I love that movie.
I love that movie.
But I should.
De Niro and Harvey Keitel, Sly Stallone. James Mangold directed it. Fucking excellent.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Narc too, where he's like a gritty guy with Jason Patrick. Yeah, that's a really good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sucks. One of those guys you figured would be sticking around, and I always wanted to see him do another Scorsese movie, and we're not going to get to see that. That sucks. I was reading something about they were talking to Marty, and he was like, "Yeah, I really regret not working with them, being and I'm not going to be able to work with them again." said they were always trying to work together, just finding the right thing. And
Right
just,
thing, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
boo. But he'll always be Henry to me.
Yeah. I think that's the one time, that's one of those times where he did somebody, like I was saying, he did, that was a role that was so tailor fit for him. That's him. But he somehow he was able to do it just as good in a bunch of other things.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. People were talking about, I need to rewatch it. It was a movie he was in called No Escape. I like that movie.
Yeah.
I saw it
I don't
once
think I've
on
ever seen
cable.
it, but I remember
He's
seeing
like,
the poster for it.
Is
yeah,
that
he's
with
like
Owen Wilson?
With who?
Owen Wilson? No Escape?
No,
like-
that's a different No Escape. This
Oh,
one
okay.
is like he's stuck in a prison. Ray Liotta's stuck in a prison, and like he has to try and escape, and it's like in the future. It's like an action one. I think Lance Henriksen is in it. Ernie Hudson might be in it. I saw it once on cable, but I remember he's really good in that.
It was like what, 97, probably 96.
94. I think
Or
94.
94 even before.
Yeah, 90.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I just found that it's coming on Blu-ray. So I'm like, again, another movie I kind of want to put in the collection.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And then I don't need more movies, but I want to put it in the collection.
Yeah, as you can see,
Yeah.
I don't either, but I keep adding to mine. So.
Yeah.
And Logan's has a whole closet full. We're big
Mhm.
collectors. Why not collect what you enjoy? You know what I mean?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, you still can.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Physical media.
Yeah, but he's gonna be missed. I mean, it's sad.
I also
That-
want to throw out one more. He voiced Tommy Vercetti.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
right.
yeah, that's
I
right.
liked him in that one too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good in that.
I liked him in Below, Johnny Depp's dad.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a really good scene with him. You believed him as the dad.
Yeah,
Kinda
he's really good.
disappointed in his son. Kind of had to turn his back.
I'm watching The Boys, obviously. Love that show. The first episode was great. Now, Logan, you were saying something about Starlight's face.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks like a different person. Looks like she should get like a nose job or something.
Maybe Botox.
Maybe.
That's what it looked like to me.
Okay.
I haven't caught up on it, but that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I'm not the only one that noticed because I was reading online. People were kind of saying the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
she's unrecognizable. Looks like a different person.
It got a taste of that Hollywood money now. Needs treatments, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, the first episode was really good. I loved it.
Same here. Loved it.
So, no offense, Kevin, but that first episode I like way more than Moon Knight.
Same here. Yes. Yes.
Okay, I gotta watch this thing now.
I was laughing at the scene with the big Ant-Man head.
Yeah. Had like a very 90s sitcom feel to it, which I loved.
It did. Like the family reminded me of like a King of Queens or something like that.
Exactly. Really good.
I'm gonna finally check out Yellowstone. I know I'm late, but I'm gonna check that out. And before we started recording, I was telling Logan, Nicolas Cage's movie is streaming now, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So I'm gonna check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly.
I've been watching just a lot of Apple TV stuff because Henry, you mentioned that free trial. Thank you for mentioning the
Yeah.
free trial.
Oh
I
yeah.
would not have known because now we watch my mom and I we're just watching like random shows on like Apple TV Plus. So one of the things I watched, and I didn't mention it the last episode, but I feel we got through the morning show with Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston. I love that show because what I like about Apple TV Plus, what I like, their model just is like, let's just get big actors and like make this thing look every show to me like looks cinematic to me. So like I like that show. Everybody's like very emotional. The stakes feel high. Like it kind of reminds me of like the Newsroom, but like another, like it kind of reminds me of that show. And I love the Newsroom. So I just like how everybody's just is so emotional. And how morning news is like the most important thing ever. And I just like shows like that where everybody is just so sincere and just everything just feels so big. I was not really into Jennifer Aniston before that show, but I feel like that's kind of the best role I've seen her do, like in ever to me. So I mean, if anybody wants to watch that, and it's only 2 seasons, so I mean, if you get time, because people have things to do, I'm not gonna say just stop everything, but I love that show. Like I'm excited for season 3 of that show. There was a whole arc this year's season where like Reese Witherspoon and Juliana Margulies were like they were like dating each other. And so, because now apparently Reese Witherspoon, she's gay on that show. So I was like, okay, that's something to see. I mean, I like the show as a whole. But I was like, okay, that's not bad for my eyes.
Mhm.
So I mean, as a whole, it's good. The actors are all good in it. Steve Carell's also good in it. It's just one of those shows where it's just like the kind of drama that like is very much catered to me. So I like that show. I watched The Shrink Next Door. I never heard of this, but this was like something with like Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're like, have you seen it, Henry?
Yeah, me and Logan watched it. Yeah.
That show's insane. Like my mom and I were watching it.
Yeah.
I think that show was stressing her out because that show just like this guy, Will Ferrell's just like he's with this psychiatrist, and the whole show is like, you need to get the point. This guy's just using you, and it's just so like it's funny, but like I can see how stressful my mom was. Like, yeah, just because he's not getting the point, and it's just like every time he's just like, no, I think this guy cares about me, and it's just like every episode just ends in like the worst possible outcome. It's just like, oh my God, why do you keep believing this guy for everything? And like I know I've had times where I was like naive, but like it's like, oh my God, like this is a new level. Like he's grown, you're an adult. Like you gotta at least stick up for yourself sometime. And I thought every time Catherine Hahn was in it, I love her and everything. So every time she was in it, she was so good as the sister. Like that show was really good. Like it took me no time to finish it. I was just
underrated.
Like,
yeah, I didn't really.
Yeah, nobody
got into it.
Nobody got into it because it's on Apple TV. But
yeah,
like I think if it was on Netflix or HBO, people would have been like, "Oh my God, watch it this week." But I only kind of knew about it because I go to like this TV site, like TV Line, and there was like somehow somebody's watching old Apple stuff on there because that's the only reason I remembered it. I was like, okay, let's watch it. But I thought Will Ferrell handled the dramatic stuff really well.
Yeah.
Like, when they get to I thought he was really good. And Paul Rudd, like he like can somehow make that character somehow like somehow you get why he's likable. Like somebody can be charmed by him, even though he just scamming this guy the whole time. And like everybody just falls for it. And like I just like scam. Like I think that's my new thing with these shows. I like the ones where somebody's scamming somebody or conning somebody because it just interesting to see from a sociological perspective how like people just fall for something that is so obvious to somebody else. Like we're watching these things and we're like, how do you fall for it? And it's just like somebody had enough charm where somebody can be like, hey, I'm a good guy and I know all this stuff, and they just look educated enough, they know how to say the right things, and they can just manipulate people so badly. And then that was the same thing because I also watched the WeWork show, We Crashed, with Jared Leto and Anne Hathaway. That show was good too. I was really into that show. Like I was like, okay, let me see, because Jared Leto put on a voice for that, and I was like, okay, let's see, because I had just seen Morbius, so I was like, let's see, he's gonna coast through this too, and he did it. Like he was really good in that show. Like it got better as it went along. Like the first like 2 episodes, you kind of have to adjust to what it's doing, and you kind of figure into the plot. But that was another way he just conning people and like, oh no, we're gonna make all these offices and we're gonna be for these free open concept offices, and we're just gonna keep spending money. And it's just funny just to see how this guy just keeps spending money. And then again, it was the same thing. Everybody just keeps falling for it. And it's like, okay, you guys gotta at least know where the money is. And then there's like one guy who just shows up who's like who's funding these WeWorks. He's like, okay, so where's the money going? Are you even on top of anything that's going on right now? And then and I just like Anthony Edwards is on that show. And I think now his thing is in like 2 things I've watched him in. He just plays the same gullible old guy to me, where very educated, very well-to-do guy that just is willing to give money, because he was in Inventing Anna, and he was kind of the same thing in that. But like as a whole, I like We Crashed. That's definitely another one to watch. And then I like Physical. There's a show called Physical with Rose Byrne.
I've heard of that one.
That show's so good. Like that's the show I would say that's an Armando show. That's a show that's just made for me. That's like it's one of those shows that's a comedy, but it's like very dark comedy, because the whole show is like you're inside Rose Byrne's head the whole time. So she's narrating the show, and like she's like gets into like she basically gets into exercising, and she's like, oh, I want to make my own tape now, because she like is like a housewife and she's bored, but she also has like an eating disorder, where like the whole time she goes to like this hotel and she just likes to eat 2 hamburgers every day at night by herself naked. And like the whole show's like she just talks about how you're worthless, you're not gonna be anything. And then like as the show goes, it's just her just being like, oh, I want to be into doing workout videos, and she gets really into physical workouts because it starts working with her brain more. And like she's like, I'm gonna get successful with this, and then I'm gonna leave my husband, and then I'm just gonna be successful, and I'm gonna just leave him behind. And like she's like doing all this stuff behind the husband back. The husband is annoying to me, but like I feel like that's the point of that show. But I like Rose Byrne. Like she's one of those actresses to me that's like, when's she ever bad and stuff? And she's always good when she's in something. But that's another like Apple show to watch. I really like that one. And then honestly, I just like I was rewatching One Tree Hill for no reason. I was talking about on Twitter because I love One Tree Hill, so I've been watching that because I have things to do in the background, like when I'm doing stuff for work, like getting ready. So I've been watching that, and then just rewatching old movies that I haven't seen. I watched. I bought another version because I wanted to see it again. I hadn't seen it in years, but I watched The Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. I hadn't seen that one in like years. That's one of the few he didn't play a cop, but he plays like a guy who was a soldier. So that if he's not a cop, he's got to be a soldier or somebody in the army or something. And that's a wild movie because he's like convinced that there was a brainwashing thing. And like you're like, okay, does he know what he's saying is a real thing? Did it happen? Did it not happen? Like that movie is just wild to me. Like it's not an amazing movie, but it's a pretty dependable, like solid. Like you could watch it when you're not doing anything, and it's like everything is very competently put together. Denzel's really good in it. Like it doesn't do anything groundbreaking, but it's one of those movies you get what you what you expect going in. It's very satisfying. Like that one I really enjoy. So that's one I'm gonna make sure to like keep in my collection if I ever need to rewatch it. And then I don't know. There's no movies I'm really excited for. Nope. I don't really have movies that I'm super excited for. TV, there's not really anything that I don't know. The only thing that I'm kind of into, because my mom has to keep telling me, it's one of the shows that we watch together. There's the last series of Animal Kingdom is coming out on TNT, and they have to remind you because it's always on TNT when I'm watching AEW. So we're gonna watch that because like it's one of those crime shows that like I like to watch. It's just like guys in California just robbing banks, doing petty crimes. Like that's something I'll watch. So.
And I forgot to mention Obi-Wan. Is anyone watching that?
Not yet, but I might. Yeah.
I'm all caught up. It's been the first 3 episodes were fantastic. 4th episode, it was okay. But overall, it's been pretty solid.
I like the girl who plays Leia.
I was Star Wars out, so I just kind of was like, whatever. But I don't know. People were talking about it. I kind of want to. I'm kind of curious just to see it. I'm not really expecting big sale because I feel like with Star Wars, it's too big now. Where I'm like, it starts to feel like homework, and I'm like, oh, I gotta remember this person. I don't want to remember people all the time. I don't. I mean, it looked like I think some people have been talking about that Boba Fett show, and I was like, oh, I might try that. Like it seemed kind of interesting because they were like, oh, the Mandalorian showed up in it. I was like, okay, I guess.
Before the close started, I started the 355. Anyone see that one?
No. Oh, that's also based off of DC Comics.
The 355 would.
It's a comic book, yeah.
Really? Have you read it?
No, I've come across it at the like comic store.
Yeah.
But when they came out with the movie, I'm like, that title sounds really familiar, and that's where I saw it from.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Is it good?
It's all right so far. It's just a typical action movie with the females. No one bleeds because everyone gets shot. So I guess is it PG-13 or do you guys know off the top of your head?
Who?
If it's PG-13?
Most likely, I just
think so. I feel like it is.
Blood, really, with the violence.
Yeah, I think it's PG-13.
Then this week I'm gonna see Crimes of the Future.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd play that by me, but it's not playing here.
It's not there?
No, same here.
I'll let you know how that is. And I saw Yellow Jackets the other night.
That's a good show. I love that show.
Yeah, I saw
The first episode or the whole season?
First episode, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Something's going on, Christina Ricci. Crazy.
Yeah.
He takes the medication away from the woman.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
Up.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see
where
that character goes. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. The 3 I'm watching.
One
Nice.
other movie I want to mention is Guy Ritchie has a new movie coming out soon. I don't know if you
It's
guys know.
supposed to
That.
come out with Aubrey Plaza, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
pushed it
keep
back though.
yeah I keep seeing the poster online for it. I'm like, I mean, whenever it comes out, I guess it comes out. But it just looks interesting. I'm not one of those. I'll be honest. I'm not a big Guy Ritchie fan. It's not because I don't like him. I like what I've seen of his movies,
Mhm.
but it just looks like an interesting movie to me. And I don't know. It just
No,
they
I'm
keep
excited
pushing it
for
back.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie is back in my opinion. With the last couple of movies he's done, he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got away from that Sherlock and Aladdin crap. So
I mean, I hope it comes out. I hope you like it. I
they
hope
pushed
people
it
like
back
it.
so many times that I really want to see it.
Yeah.
That and the black coat, not the black coat's daughter,
Black Phone.
the black phone.
Black Phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes out the 24th, the same as Elvis.
Even though
2
the black
weeks.
coat's daughter is a good movie.
It is. I just watched it last Halloween. Black Phone's looks pretty legit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I don't like it. Like I see the trailer. I don't know. Maybe the movie's better than the trailer, but for some reason, something about the Black Phone, it looks silly to me, and I feel like it's gonna be the kind of movie that I'm gonna be in my head. In my head, I'm gonna nitpick that movie the whole time. Be like, that looks dumb. Why is this happening? Because with horror movies, I kind of do that sometimes. Where if certain things don't work for me, I'm just gonna. Like it might be good though. Like it's just something about the trailer looks dumb to me. But I hope the movie's good.
Oh yeah, I think the trailer looks.
I
good.
heard it was. Everybody says it just looks. I don't know. It's just something that it doesn't vibe with me or something.
And then the last two things that I saw were Ambulance, Michael Bay. It's on Peacock.
Oh, he's on
That's pretty
Peacock.
good.
Yeah.
I love the chemistry between the two actors. The
Mhm.
movie is
Yeah.
just too long though. That's why.
Yeah, 100%. I like that movie a lot, but it was definitely too long.
Yeah, like but other than that, the chemistry is really good, and I'm like, wow, Michael Bay actually kind of did something cool.
He actually made
Yeah.
that's
I
one of
didn't
the
hate it.
few good ones.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I think every decade he makes one good movie.
yeah, it was actually a surprise, but yeah, just the movie was a little.
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
And I saw The Northman finally, which I wish I would have seen that in theaters.
Oh, nice.
Badass, right?
Yeah, I know it's on Peacock now, but
Yeah, I loved it.
it's one of those movies you got to check out in the theater. It's just.
It would have been
Yeah.
better in the theater. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm glad you checked it out.
yeah, and it's the one that's this is his third movie, right? The director.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the one that feels the most like a movie, like something that would be on the
Yeah.
big screen and that the
Yeah.
general public would like.
He
Yeah.
probably had a bigger budget for this
Yeah.
movie, Robert
Yeah.
Eggers.
No, I was just saying that scene when they have Ethan Hawke and not Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe, and he's like, "Oh, are you a dog or a wolf?" And then they start like flirting and stuff.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm the thing with Robert Eggers, like that style is just not for me. Like I don't know. I think it's just a thing where I don't like movies. I'm not into movies where it's old timey places. I don't like period pieces where there's no electricity. It's just like why don't want to my brain doesn't go that far. It only stops to like 1970. So I don't like movies that look like old timey places. Like The Lighthouse was okay to me. It just was like one of those.
My
movies.
family, they hate that movie, The Lighthouse.
I don't even hate it. It was just not for me. Like I respect it, but I don't know. It just was now like something did not vibe with me with that movie. But I'm
Yeah.
glad stuff like that gets made. I mean, I'll see The Northman because I have Peacock, so they keep telling me, "Oh, watch The Northman. It's on Peacock." So I'll check it out just to get an idea because I want to see if maybe that's the Robert Eggers movie that'll click with me. Maybe I don't know because he was
Okay.
gonna do that Nosferatu movie and then
Yeah,
they
he was.
canceled it, and I was like. Yeah, they said they're not gonna do it or something because this movie bombed, and it's too bad because I don't know. Like I like vampire stuff. I wouldn't have minded to see what he would have done with it.
And I saw the trailer for Predator, Prey.
Yes.
movie.
Oh yeah, that looked good. That looked really
It
good.
does. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's gonna be
yeah. That's the thing though. I like for some reason that one. Like I like movies like that where it's like just indigenous people just working, cultivating their land, doing all these things to fight for their food. Like that stuff weirdly contradicts with what I said about I don't like things that are old timey. So I
And
like
it feels
those kind of
fresh,
things with
you
that.
know, like they're doing something
Yeah.
different with Predator.
Yeah.
It should be in theaters though, but it's going to Hulu. So
That's a Fox thing. That's the thing. Anything Fox, except for a few things, they all go to
Well,
Hulu now.
because Hulu works with Disney, and I think when it comes to Predator, they brought the rights. Like Disney brought the rights.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah. But it looks good. Like it's a movie. Like when it comes out, I'm there for it.
My list is I watched obviously Obi-Wan, Stranger Things season 4, Pistol, highly recommended on Hulu, Danny Boyle's show about the Sex Pistols. The Boys have been really fantastic. The first episode of Miss Marvel, which I really loved, not knowing much about the character. I've been binging Better Call Saul. I'm on season 5 of that, almost to the end.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's been really good. And then checked out Watcher this past week. Me and Niall reviewed that. Had a great time with it. Last night I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was a mind trip. Still wrapping my head around it, but I had a good time with it. And that's about it.
I actually, a lot of the stuff, same stuff that you guys mentioned, Miss Marvel, Obi-Wan, The Boys, of course. And then a couple series on HBO Max that I just wrapped up. Flight Attendant season 2. Sounds like that one's not coming back. So that'll be ending. You know, that's the second season kind of drug on, and there wasn't much to do with anything more with the character, really. She's a drunk. You know, they kind of wrapped up her story within 2 seasons. It's kind of her like fighting with herself, and then she meets her mom, and she joined the CIA all of a sudden in season 2 because season 1 she was just a flight attendant, but they had to make a different story for season 2. So it was okay. Then another series that I watched on HBO Max, Made for Love, with
Canceled.
Yeah, got canceled.
Billy Magnuson got canceled too after 2 seasons, but it was pretty decent. Ray Romano was in it as her dad. I had a good enough time with it, but yeah, another series canceled. Barry wraps up tonight. Barry season 3. I'm all caught up with that. Tonight's the finale for that. It's been good. It's been different than the first couple seasons. They went really dark this season. I liked what Bill Hader did with it. Took his character to a really dark place. Yeah, Henry Winkler's really good in that too. He kind of figures out Barry's secret this year. So it's been kind of cool watching them go back and forth, you know. It's a pretty good show. We Own the Night on HBO too with John Bernthal, the Wire creator. That's been good. I'm like 4 episodes into that. Other than that, I started Unbearable Weight of Talent with Nick Cage last night. I have about 30 minutes left out of that, and I've liked it. It's basically, you know, Nick Cage in real life. Kind of, they're putting the story together as they go, kind of making it up on the fly. He meets this guy in Spain who the FBI thinks is a cartel smuggler, and it's Pedro Pascal. I like the 2 of them together. They have good chemistry. It's a good story. And Pascal's character is like a huge Nicolas Cage fan, so he has all this memorabilia in this room down in one of his big mansions. It's pretty good. And then just coming out this Friday, Spiderhead on the 17th. It'll be in theaters and on Netflix. That's a Joe Kosinski one, the guy that did Top Gun Maverick with Miles Teller and Chris Hemsworth. So I'm looking forward to that. And then Lightyear, I'm taking my son to see this weekend, the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Nice. Same here.
I actually could have saw that. I got like an early screening thing, but I just couldn't make it. And I'm really bummed about that from that year.
Yeah. I'll let you guys know how it is when I see it.
Just one last thing. Remember the penis death in The Boys?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Me and Logan reviewed that,
horrible.
and that was like the first thing that we remembered like right away.
I need to catch up on that show. I saw the first 2 seasons, but I don't have Amazon anymore, so I gotta find other ways to watch it. I know how to get through it, but yeah, I like the first 2 seasons, so I need to catch up on season 3.
Yeah, this season just craziness from the first scene on right away.
Yeah.
The first scene involves a giant penis, basically an Ant-Man kind of guy who has to run into it, and yeah, something happens, we'll say. But
Okay.
starts off crazy. It takes place a year after what happened at the end of season 2, so there's a little time jump. But yeah,
Okay.
I've really been enjoying that.
All right. Well, like the Jurassic World franchise, I guess we're out of here, right? All right. Well, for the Cinephellas, I'm Niall. I was joined by Kevin, Armando, Henry, and Logan. And Logan, what do we always say?
Cheese!